How does a single night of terror reshape a capital city, and what does it reveal about the limits of defense in the face of technological escalation? On May 24, 2026, Kyiv became the epicenter of a new phase in Russia's war on Ukraine, a phase defined by the sheer scale of destruction and the chilling exposure of Ukraine's air defense vulnerabilities. The warnings began hours before the attack. Ukrainian President Zelensky issued an urgent address, echoed by alerts from the U.S. Embassy. Intelligence pointed to an impending Russian strike, but few could imagine the force about to be unleashed. In the early hours of Sunday, May 24th, air raid sirens wailed across Kyiv, slicing through the quiet. In homes and shelters, residents braced for the worst. Russia launched a barrage, approximately 600 drones and 90 missiles, including 36 ballistic missiles. The Oreshnik hypersonic missile, used only twice before in the conflict, was launched again, this time striking Bila Tserkva about 50 miles south of Kyiv, with devastating speed. Kyiv endured a night of relentless explosions. Fires erupted across every district. Smoke choked the city. Buildings shook. At least 2 people lost their lives and 56 more were injured in the capital, according to the mayor. The scale of destruction was staggering. Damage in at least 50 locations, from apartment blocks and shopping centers to schools, supermarkets, police department buildings, and government offices. The capital's National Art Museum was damaged, but its collection was reportedly unharmed. The Chernobyl Disaster Museum was destroyed outright. For the first time since World War II, the Foreign Ministry building was damaged. Ukraine's air defenders fought to blunt the assault. Most drones were intercepted, and over half the missiles were destroyed or jammed before reaching their targets. Yet the Oreshnik, Russia's hypersonic ballistic missile, traveling at Mach 10 and claimed by Russia to be immune to missile defense, proved unstoppable. Ukraine simply does not possess a system capable of intercepting it. Russia confirmed its use, along with Iskander, Kinzhal, and Zircon missiles, signaling a new willingness to deploy its most advanced and destructive weapons. The impact rippled far beyond Kyiv. Civilian infrastructure lay in ruins. The sense of vulnerability deepened. Residents spoke of shattered livelihoods and the possibility of leaving the city for good. International condemnation arrived swiftly. The EU, France, Germany, Austria, and the UK decried the attack, promising new air defense support and emergency discussions. Yet behind the pledges, a grim reality set in. Ukraine's supplies of U.S. Patriot interceptors are critically low. The defenses that exist are not enough to counter Russia's most advanced ballistic threats. This night revealed the stark imbalance between Russian escalation and Ukraine's means of protection. It forced a reckoning not only with the destruction of homes and cultural treasures, but also with the fragility of daily life under siege. As Kyiv's residents weigh their futures, the global community faces its own dilemma: how to respond to a war that is not just escalating, but evolving in ways that outpace existing defenses. The May 2026 attack on Kyiv marks a decisive moment. It exposed the limits of Ukraine's air defenses and underscored the growing peril to its people and heritage. As world powers race to adapt, Kyiv stands as both a warning and a test, a city forced to endure, and a war entering a dangerous new chapter. The stories that define tomorrow are already unfolding today. Subscribe to Today in Context for clear, grounded analysis of the events shaping our world, one story at a time.